Finally you opened this special message sent by God, and Archangel Michael says sorry, not because heaven has done wrong to you, but because the time you have waited in silence has been longer than you should have endured. Sorry because you have carried tears in the quiet hours of the night when nobody knew and heaven was watching with love but could not yet reveal the plan. Sorry because every prayer you whispered felt like it disappeared into the air when in truth it was gathered into God's hands and held close, waiting for the right moment. Sorry because you thought you were forgotten when you were in fact being prepared. Sorry because you believed that your storms were punishments when they were actually the shaping of your strength. And now here you are finally opening this message, the one heaven has been waiting for you to see, the one that carries the release of things you have prayed for, the one that unlocks doors you have knocked on for years, the one that explains why everything you went through had to happen the way it did. My beloved, you have been in a season of unseen battles, and heaven has fought for you in places you could not see. There were nights when the enemy thought they could destroy you, and yet God covered you in His wings and did not let the arrow strike you. There were days when you were ready to give up, but heaven whispered just enough hope into your spirit to keep you breathing. There were betrayals that cut your heart deeply, yet God allowed them so you would be freed from hands that could not carry your destiny. There were losses that felt unbearable, yet heaven knew that what was taken would only make space for what was greater. There were moments you begged for answers, but silence came, and you thought silence meant absence, but silence was God's way of speaking in a language you did not yet understand. Today, as you open this message, I need you to know that the sorry from heaven is not an apology for lack of love, but an apology for the pain you had to carry to be made ready for what comes next. For heaven saw every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you felt small in a world too heavy for you. Heaven saw you wondering why others seemed to rise while you stayed in the shadows. Heaven saw you breaking and still standing. Heaven saw you losing everything but refusing to lose your faith, and heaven loved you for it. Every angel assigned to you has been watching your steps, protecting you from traps you never even noticed. There are things you survived that could have taken you out, but you don't even know they happened because heaven intervened before the danger reached you. And now the season you are stepping into will make you understand the why behind the waiting, the why behind the loss, the why behind the silence. This is the turning point. This is the moment where the story shifts and the chapters ahead will not look like the ones behind you. God is about to give you back what the enemy tried to steal, and even more. He will restore the years you thought were wasted. He will multiply the blessings that the enemy tried to block. He will bring people into your life who will love you without condition, and He will remove every last person who secretly wished for your downfall. You have cried enough, now comes the laughter. You have lost enough, now comes the abundance. You have feared enough, now comes the peace. I need you to hold on to this truth. You were never forgotten, you were never abandoned, you were never unloved, you were simply hidden until the right moment. And now that you have finally opened this message, the moment has come. Everything is about to move quickly. Everything is about to align in ways you thought were impossible. The doors that were locked are going to swing open. The chains that were on your life are going to fall off. The prayers you thought God ignored are going to be answered in ways you never imagined. And every single thing the enemy whispered to you about being worthless or forgotten will be silenced, because the evidence of God's favor will be so loud you will not be able to deny it. Heaven is rejoicing right now because you have found this moment. You have aligned with the timing. You have stepped into the space where miracles begin. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to not only deliver this message but to stand guard over your new beginning, so nothing can stop what God has started in you. You may not realize it, but even in the moments when you felt most alone, there were angels surrounding you, their wings spread wide, their swords drawn against the unseen darkness that tried to approach you, and every time you thought you were standing on your own, it was heaven holding you up with strength you could not see. There were battles in the spiritual realm that would have crushed you if you had fought them alone, but God said, "No, this one belongs to me," and He commanded us to fight for you. And now that you are here reading these words, it means those battles were not in vain. You were preserved because there is still so much written for you to experience, still promises that have yet to be fulfilled, still seeds you have sown in faith that are about to burst into harvest. You will see in the days ahead that the very places of your pain will become the places of your greatest testimony. The people who doubted you will have no choice but to witness your rise. The situations that humiliated you will become platforms that display God's glory through you. You will walk into rooms where you once felt small, and the authority of heaven on your life will make you stand tall. You will see those who left you regret their departure, not because you will be bitter, but because they will recognize the light they once tried to dim. You will understand why every no you heard was necessary, because it was redirecting you to the yes that was always meant for you. The delays were never denials, the setbacks were never endings, the storms were never punishments. They were all preparing you, shaping your spirit, deepening your faith, and positioning you for what heaven had planned from the start. This message comes now because the time of waiting is over. There is a shift in the atmosphere around you, a divine acceleration. Things that would have taken years will happen in months. Things that felt far away will suddenly be within your reach. You will look back at this season and realize that the pain you endured is the very thing that gave you the strength to handle the blessings you are about to receive. I need you to understand something important. The blessings will not just be material, they will be emotional, they will be spiritual, they will be relational. God will bring peace into your heart where there was once turmoil. He will bring people who heal and not hurt. He will bring clarity where there was once confusion. You will wake up one day soon and realize you are smiling again without forcing it. You will feel the weight lift from your chest. You will breathe without heaviness. You will see beauty in the little things again, and that will be the sign that heaven has completed the healing it began long ago. There will also be sudden opportunities, open doors that you did not knock on, calls and messages that change the direction of your life overnight, and you will know without doubt that it is the hand of God moving for you, because the alignment will be too perfect to be coincidence. And when that happens, remember this moment. Remember that you were told beforehand, so your faith will grow even stronger and your heart will remain humble. For these blessings are not just for you, they are for every soul you will touch through your testimony. You are being lifted so you can lift others. You are being blessed so you can be a blessing. You are being restored so you can show others that God still restores the sorry from heaven is turning into the celebration of heaven. The angels who wept over your pain now rejoice over your breakthrough. The same hands that held you in your weakness will now place crowns of victory upon your head, and I, Archangel Michael, will remain by your side to fight off anything that tries to take what God has given you. From this moment forward, your story changes, and no enemy, no lie, no betrayal, no fear will be able to rewrite it. There is something I must tell you. With all the weight of heaven's truth, you have been chosen for this time and this season, not because you were the strongest, not because you were the most prepared, but because God saw in you a heart that could carry His light into the darkest places. You may have doubted yourself, you may have thought that others were more worthy, you may have questioned why you were given so many trials, but the reason is this: you have a resilience that cannot be broken. You have A compassion that reaches even those who have hurt you, and you have a faith that even in its weakest moments still clings to hope. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. This is why the road has been so long. This is why the tears came so often, because if the enemy could break you, he could silence the impact you were meant to have, but he did not win. And now you are standing here on the edge of something new, something holy, something beautiful, and I need you to believe that the days ahead will not be a repeat of the days behind. The pain was for a purpose, the loss was for a reason, the waiting was for a season, and now that season has ended, you will see signs from heaven that confirm this to you over and over. You will see numbers, words, dreams, and encounters that seem too precise to be random. These will be God's way of saying, yes, it is happening. Yes, you are on the right path. Yes, you are in my will. Yes, my promises to you are alive and active. You will walk into a space that feels unfamiliar yet deeply right, and your spirit will know this is what I was made for, and in that moment you will understand why the road had to curve the way it did. You will meet people whose presence feels like home and whose love does not require you to shrink. You will find yourself in situations where you once would have felt afraid, but now you will feel calm because you will know that heaven is with you, and even when challenges come, as they always will, you will respond differently. You will not panic the way you once did. You will not crumble the way you once felt. You will remember that you survived the impossible before, and you will survive whatever comes next because you do not fight alone anymore. You never did, but now you will be more aware of it. I will walk with you. I will go before you to clear the way. I will stand behind you to guard your back. I will surround you so no weapon formed against you will prosper. And when the enemy tries to come in like a flood, I will lift a standard against him and send him fleeing. Your life is about to be filled with moments that feel like answers to questions you have carried for years, and with each one you will feel the weight of heaven's sorry lift and be replaced by the warmth of heaven's joy. I need you to let go now of what was. Let go of the bitterness. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the thought that you somehow failed. Let go of the idea that you are too late, too old, too far gone, because the truth is you are right on time, exactly where you need to be, and everything that has happened has led you here to the moment you finally opened this message and stepped into the truth that you are loved, chosen, protected, and destined for more than you can imagine. And now I want you to picture something as clearly as if you were standing there yourself, a door made of light so bright that it pushes back every shadow around it. You have been standing in front of this door for longer than you realize, sometimes pacing in frustration, sometimes sitting in exhaustion, sometimes walking away and circling back, but always drawn to it without knowing why. And now at this very moment, as you have opened this message, heaven is placing the key in your hand. The key is your faith. The key is your trust. The key is your willingness to believe again even after disappointment. The key is your decision to step forward even though you cannot see what is on the other side. And as you turn this key, I need you to feel the atmosphere shift. I need you to sense the weight lifting. I need you to hear the locks clicking open, because everything that has been delayed, everything that has been blocked, everything that has been resisted is giving way to the timing of God. There will be things that happen so suddenly that you will feel like you are catching your breath, but do not be afraid. This is not the chaos of loss. This is the rush of blessings arriving all at once. You will find yourself surrounded by opportunities you did not chase, doors you did not knock on, people you did not seek out, and yet each one will feel perfectly aligned with who you are and who you are becoming, because heaven has already prepared the way for you. You will not need to force what is meant for you. You will not need to Beg for the love that is yours. You will not need to fight to prove your worth to anyone. The blessings will recognize you, the favor will find you, the love will hold you, and the peace will surround you. I have guarded this door for a long time, ensuring that the enemy could not slip in and plant counterfeits, ensuring that no one could take what belongs to you, ensuring that the timing would be perfect. And now the door is open and you are stepping through. You are stepping into restoration, stepping into healing, stepping into joy that does not feel temporary, stepping into provision that does not run out, stepping into relationships that do not break you, stepping into a sense of purpose that does not fade. This is the moment where you will begin to notice that things which once felt impossible now come easily, where conversations open the right connections, where actions bring swift results, where prayers bring visible answers. You will begin to notice that even your thoughts shift to hope faster. Then they shift to fear, and when fear tries to return, you will have the strength to say, no, I have seen too much of God's faithfulness to go back to that place. I need you to remember that nothing and no one can close this door now that heaven has opened it, and as you walk forward, I will walk with you, sword in hand, wings spread wide, shield raised high, not just for the battles you can see, but for the ones you cannot. The same way I have stood between you and the attacks of the enemy in the past, I will stand even closer now, because the brighter your light, the more darkness will try to approach, but you will not be touched because you are under divine protection. There is a truth you must hold in your heart from this day forward, and it is this: you are not moving into blessings because you finally became worthy. You were always worthy from the moment you were created by God's own hands. Your value was never in question. Your place in heaven's heart was never uncertain. What is changing now is that the timing of heaven and the readiness of your spirit have met in perfect alignment. There is nothing you could have done to rush this moment, and nothing the enemy could do to stop it, and I need you to let that sink in, because for so long you have carried the weight of thinking that you somehow failed, that maybe if you had prayed harder or made fewer mistakes you would have been here sooner. But I tell you now, you are here exactly when you were meant to be. The very delays you resented have become the very foundations that will keep you standing when the blessings arrive. Had they come sooner, you might have doubted them. Had they come sooner, you might have held on to people who were not meant to go with you. Had they come sooner, you might not have recognized the counterfeit from the real. But now you have the discernment, the wisdom, and the strength to walk in what is real and let go of what is false. You have learned the hard way that not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well, not everyone who claps for you celebrates you, not every door that opens is meant to be walked through. And because of those lessons, you will now guard the treasures heaven gives you with care. You will not waste your oil on those who do not value it. You will not place your pearls in the hands of those who trample them. You will not give your heart to those who cannot hold it gently. You will love fully but wisely. You will give generously but with discernment. You will trust, but you will listen to the voice of the Spirit when it warns you. And because of this, the blessings will not slip through your fingers. They will remain. They will multiply, they will grow. This is not a fleeting season. This is not a temporary moment. This is the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one that will be marked by stability, by joy, by clarity, by strength. You will wake up in the mornings with a sense of expectation instead of dread. You will go to sleep with peace instead of anxiety. You will live with purpose instead of just surviving from day to day. And I will be there every step, reminding you when the enemy tries to whisper lies, reminding you when fear tries to creep in, reminding you when doubt tries to return, and each time I will speak the truth over you. You are chosen, you are loved, you are protected, you are provided for, and no force on earth or in the heavens can undo what God has spoken over you. And as you carry that truth forward, you will see how even the smallest details of your life begin to align, how even the most random encounters will be divine appointments, how even the quiet moments will be filled with the awareness that you are never truly alone. There will be days ahead when you stop and realize that the heaviness you once carried is gone, and you will wonder when it happened. It will not be a sudden burst but a steady lifting, as though heaven has been removing the weight one layer at a time until you could stand freely without even noticing how light you had become. And when you look back, you will see that the sorrow which once seemed endless was slowly transformed into strength you never imagined you could have. You will remember the nights when you cried yourself to sleep, and see how those tears watered the soil of the very blessings you are now walking into. You will think about the seasons where you felt invisible and realize those were the times God was hiding you, not from opportunities but from the wrong eyes and wrong hands. You will notice how every detour brought you to people and moments that shaped you into who you are now. You will even be able to thank God for what didn't work out, because you will finally see how it was His mercy keeping you from walking down paths that would have led to harm. And as these realizations sink in, your gratitude will grow stronger than your grief, your praise will be louder than your pain, and your hope will be brighter than your fear. This is what happens when the sorry from heaven turns into the celebration of heaven. This is what it means when God restores not just what was lost but what was broken within you. He is not simply giving you back things, He is giving you back yourself, the version of you that laughs again, dreams again, believes again, the version of you that does not apologize for existing or shrink to make others comfortable, the version of you that stands boldly in your calling and knows that heaven stands with you. You will find yourself praying differently, not just pleading for rescue but thanking God for the rescue that has already happened. You will speak differently, not just about problems but about promises. You will walk differently, not with the heaviness of survival but with the lightness of victory. And this shift will not just be felt by you, it will be seen by others. People will ask what changed, and you will have no explanation except God. People will wonder how you made it, and you will simply say grace. People will see your light and feel a pull toward it because they will sense the peace that surrounds you, and without even trying you will become a living testimony of what it means to be loved, protected and lifted by heaven. And I will be here in every unseen battle, in every quiet victory, in every moment you need strength, reminding you of this truth: you did not just survive, you have overcome, and now it is time to live fully, freely and without fear. And I need you to know that this new chapter will not just be about blessings flowing into your life, it will also be about you stepping fully into the purpose you were created for. The trials you endured were not wasted, they have carved into you a depth of compassion, a strength of spirit, and a clarity of vision that could not have been formed any other way. You now carry a light that can reach into the darkest places because you have walked through darkness yourself and found your way out with God's hand holding yours. There are people waiting for the words you will speak, the kindness you will give, the encouragement you will offer. Without even realizing it, you will become an answer to someone else's prayer. And this is why your life is shifting now, because heaven's plan is never just about you, it is about all those you are meant to touch. You will begin to notice divine assignments woven into ordinary days, moments where you are in the right place at the right time to offer a smile that saves Someone from giving up, a word that lifts someone from despair, a gesture that reminds someone they are seen and loved. And you may think it small, but in heaven's eyes it is monumental, for every soul you lift becomes a light that will lift others, and this ripple effect is what the enemy feared most. This is why the attacks came against you so strongly, because if he could keep you broken, he could keep your light from reaching others. But now the chains are off. The heaviness is lifting, and you are stepping into a boldness you have never known before. You will find yourself speaking with authority, not from arrogance but from the confidence of someone who knows they are backed by heaven. You will walk into situations that once intimidated you and feel a steady calm rise up within you, because you will sense the presence of God going before you, making the crooked paths straight, and I will be there clearing the way, removing traps and ensuring that no weapon formed against you can stand. And I tell you this now so you will not be surprised when opportunities begin to flow, when favor begins to surround you, when provision begins to appear from places you did not expect. And when it does, remember that this is not luck, it is not coincidence, it is not chance, it is the fulfillment of promises that have been over your life since before you were born. It is the reward for seed sown in tears, it is the manifestation of prayers you thought God had forgotten. It is the tangible proof that you were never abandoned, not for one moment. Even in the silence, heaven was moving on your behalf, and now heaven is moving you into the life you were always meant to live.